Welcome to the Gym Success Podcast, everyone. We're really glad you could join us today.
Yeah, welcome.
This deep dive is definitely for you, whether you're owning a gym, running one, managing, selling, maybe you're a gym entrepreneur, or even a personal trainer looking to grow.
Absolutely.
I'm Bonnie, and with me today is George. We're going to be digging into some really actionable stuff from a great source.
And I'm George.
Yeah.
Yeah, today we're tackling a white paper from the well-known gym business expert, Thomas. It's called How to Quickly Improve Sales Performance in a Gym. And our aim really is just to pull out those insights you can, use straight away.
Exactly. We're looking at a problem so many businesses hit, but it's really tough in the fitness world, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you get sales up fast when it feels like you've already tried everything?
Right.
And this paper from Thomas, it's not just ideas, it's a genuine turnaround story. So our mission here is to pull out the key lessons, give you a shortcut maybe to boosting sales without needing, say, a huge new marketing spend or hiring more people.
And the interesting part, the twist you mentioned, is that Thomas points inward first.
Yeah, he suggests the fix isn't usually some big external thing. What's his thinking there?
Well, what's really fascinating is how he immediately focuses on the internal stuff, the systems, the culture.
Okay.
He basically says we often chase these complex, shiny solutions outside the business when the real fixes, maybe the obvious ones, are right under our noses. It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? How often do we just overlook what we can actually control right now?
That's a great point. Okay, so let's get into this specific gym he worked with. On the surface, things looked pretty good.
You'd think so. Solid place, great equipment, leads were coming in steadily, the team seemed okay. But they were losing money, a lot of it. Their best month ever was 75 memberships.
Ouch.
And they needed 150 just to break even. And these weren't cheap memberships either, nearly $100 a month.
Wow. So with all that seemingly going for them, where did Thomas actually find the real snag?
Well, crucially, he didn't just assume. He didn't walk in with preconceived notions. He actually sat down with the sales reps, each one,
Okay.
and asked really direct questions, like how many leads are you getting daily?
Yeah.
How many calls are you actually making? How many of your set appointments show up? Are you really asking for the sale every time? What's your follow-up actually look like?
Right, the nitty-gritty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what he found, which he says is pretty typical, frankly, is that, yeah, people were busy, they were working, but not always on the right things. There wasn't that consistent high-volume calling. The ask wasn't always happening. And there was this lack of real daily urgency.
So it wasn't necessarily lack of effort, but lack of focused, systematic effort.
Precisely. The bigger picture lesson there is often it's not the people, it's the process. Or maybe the lack of a clear process that drives urgency and holds people accountable.
Okay, so he diagnoses this lack of daily urgency and focused activity.
Yeah.
What was the first big change he made? I heard it really shifted how the staff felt about their day.
Oh, absolutely. This is where it gets really interesting. He introduced something called the 35-day incentive plan.
Okay, 35-day. How did that work?
The genius of it was shifting away from that, maybe I'll get a commission check next month mindset
Right, the delayed gratification thing.
to instant rewards and clear daily targets. Super simple. Make 3 sales in one day, you get a $50 cash bonus
Yeah.
right then. Plus, the option to go home early,
Cash on the spot.
cash on the spot.
Yeah.
And if you hit 5 sales that day, that $50 turned into $100.
Wow.
So suddenly there's this immediate, very tangible reason to push now. You could actually win every single day, get that immediate reward. It wasn't about grinding people down.
No.
It was giving them a powerful, immediate why to perform right now. Think about that psychological impact. A daily win, daily cash. It changes how you approach the whole day.
That really does sound like it would create immediate buzz and motivation on the sales floor. Okay, so that handles the staff side, the daily drive. But what about the prospects? The classic, let me think about it line. How did they tackle that hesitation?
Yeah, overcoming that decision paralysis. That's where they brought in these weekly closeout offers.
Yeah.
But, and this is really important, they were value-based, not just price cuts.
Ah, okay, so not just discounting.
Not just slashing the price, which can devalue the brand long-term. Instead, they'd offer something like a free onboarding session with a personal trainer. That adds real value to the member's experience, right?
Definitely.
Or maybe a branded swag bag, shirt, towel, water bottle, makes them feel part of the club straight away.
Nice touch.
Sometimes it was a discounted enrollment fee, sure, but always with a hard deadline. Like this offer ends Friday at 8 p.m., no exceptions.
Creating scarcity.
Exactly. It gives that prospect a really compelling, time-sensitive reason to say yes today, not maybe next week. It taps into that basic human thing we act when there's a chance we might miss out, or when there's an immediate extra benefit. It helps turn, I'll think about it, into, okay, let's do this now.
That makes a lot of sense, adding value with a deadline. Now, the white paper also mentions something deeper than just the incentives, right? A shift in the culture. Rewarding the actions that lead to sales, not just the final number.
Yes, and this is such a crucial point. Often missed, I think. The focus explicitly moved to the metrics the staff could actually control day in, day out.
Like what specifically?
Things like hitting specific call volume goals each day, reaching benchmarks for setting appointments, making sure follow-ups were done consistently and on time.
Got it. The inputs, not just the output.
Precisely. The leadership message became really clear. You control the behavior, you hit these activity goals, and the results, the sales, they'll follow.
And how did that connect back to the 35-day plan?
Well, because of that immediate reward structure, the reps didn't just hope they'd make sales, they started to genuinely expect to win each day.
Ah, confidence.
Huge confidence builder. Think about it on the gym floor. We often praise the effort, right? Showing up, working hard. But in sales, sometimes we only cheer when the contract is signed. Jim Thomas basically applied that effort reward to sales activities. And when your team believes they can win, they carry themselves differently. They sound more energetic on the phone, more certain during tours. That confidence comes across. Jim Thomas really emphasizes this morale isn't some fluffy extra. It's a core ingredient for success. It's the fuel.
So let's talk about the bottom line then. All these changes, the daily incentives, the value closeouts, the focus on behavior and morale, what actually happened at this gym, the results sound pretty dramatic.
They were astonishing, honestly. This gym, remember, was struggling to hit 75 sales in their best month.
Yeah.
After implementing these changes. In just 1 month, they hit 212 sales.
Wow. From 75 to 212 in a month.
In a single month. It's a massive jump.
That's incredible. So looking back at how they did it, what are the absolute key things Jim Thomas brought in? And more importantly, what's the blueprint our listeners can potentially use?
Yeah, zooming out, the most striking thing is how that leap happened. It was achieved without getting more leads.
Right.
Without changing the core membership offer or price. Without hiring more salespeople. And critically, without just slashing prices across the board.
So it wasn't about throwing more resources at it.
Not at all. It shows you don't always need those big, external, expensive fixes. The vital additions were actually quite elegant, quite simple in concept. Clear daily goals that mattered, urgency that felt real to the staff, tangible, immediate rewards, and an overall system built on encouragement, focus, and accountability.
Okay, so distilling that down for someone listening right now, what are those actionable steps from Jim Thomas's blueprint?
Okay, for you, the listener, here's a kind of quick sales fix checklist based on this. First, audit your lead process. Seriously, look at it. Are you following up super fast, often enough, with real urgency?
Step 1.
Step 2, seriously, consider launching a version of that 35-day plan. Reward those daily wins. Build that momentum.
Okay.
3, create a compelling weekly closeout offer. Make it value-based. Give prospects that reason to join now.
Got it. Value, not just discount.
Exactly. 4th, train. Train your team to ask for the sale. Don't let them shy away from it. Prompt the decision.
Crucial.
5th, celebrate the behavior, not just the closes. Recognize the calls, the appointment set, the follow-ups. Celebrate the whole process. And finally, maybe the core message. Make today count. Jim Thomas is adamant daily goals consistently crush monthly quotas when it comes to driving actual sales performance.
That's a really clear roadmap, and it really highlights that significant sales growth doesn't have to be months away, right? It could start, well, today.
Absolutely. Jim Thomas really pushes back against chasing the next shiny object or blaming the leads or just waiting for things to magically get better. And it brings up a key question for everyone listening, I think. Do you actually already have the tools you need, the traffic, the core offer? This white paper strongly suggests you probably do. Success might not require some massive overhaul. It might just be about focus, the right incentives, and better execution.
That's definitely something powerful to think about. If you're aiming to break your own sales records, maybe even by next month, you've now got a solid blueprint to consider.
For sure.
And look, if you want some expert help putting a plan like this together specifically for your gym, maybe you need help with the sales systems themselves, or turning your current staff into stronger closers, or really tackling that culture piece to boost performance. Jim Thomas is available. He helps gyms implement exactly these kinds of strategies.
Yeah, he consults directly with gyms on this.
You can reach Jim Thomas at Fitness Management and Consulting. The direct phone number is 214-629-7223.
That's 214-629-7223.
Or you can shoot him an email at jthomas@fmconsulting.net, and we'll have that info in the show notes too. Again, the number is 214-629-7223, and the email is jthomas@fmconsulting.net.
Definitely reach out if you need that tailored help.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into quickly improving gym sales performance. We really hope this gave you some concrete ideas you can put into action right away.
Hope it was helpful.
Until next time, keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep growing.